Welcome to Tekedia Daily. I'm Ndubuisi, Ekekwe. A conversation will focus on the mechanism to commercialize some of the 30 agricultural venture ideas I have shared many days ago. The construct here is to look at how to transition some of those ideas into products and services which can actually be sold across African cities and specifically Nigeria. And so many people ask questions. Some of these ideas, how can we take them to market? How can we essentially have them to solve different agricultural frictions, agricultural productive processes and frictions, which are evident across major communities and cities across Nigeria. So what I'm doing here is just to provide a kind of a practical framework that people can adopt if they are really very interested in moving into this domain. So I'm trying to focus on locally anchoring this strategy. In other words, you want to become an ag entrepreneur. You want to become an agripreneur. How can you build that system? How can you build that venture, right, in your community, whether in the city or whether in the village? Is executing and moving the idea into a product and then driving that process of actually having something in the market that can help people improve their lives or help companies execute better. So it's all about profitability. It's all about the margin. And how do we get that in the agricultural and agricultural technology sector? So you look at it that there are people that are going straight into farming as a means, and there are also people that are building tools and technologies to help people who are farming. And all these things are somehow concatenated in the sense that without the modern tools, we cannot improve agricultural productivity. And then, of course, even if you build those tools without the farmers, without the people that do the actual agricultural process, there will certainly not be any outcome. So we are going to look at all these ideas and look at how someone can take them and now transition them into products and services in the market, which can actually bring some margins in terms of profit. So, of course, let me refer you back, kind of a refresher element here on different ways or different mechanisms people can enter new markets and new areas. You want to start something new. There are just about 6, 7 ways that you can actually begin that process. You could start something right from a startup. You just start from scratch. You start building a company right from the get-go. You just go straight and start registering a company and you build it up, hire people, execute your mission. And then there is also the option of M&A, mergers and acquisition, also buyout acquisition. These are all really different ways of saying the same thing, basically. You could buy a company that is already in existence. You can also merge, come together with a company that is already in existence. Or you can just acquire that company, right? So that's another way of entering a new market. That is another way of entering a new area. You can also become a franchising partner to a company, usually in another region, where you can become a locally relevant entity within that framework, within that network. You can also license technology for another company and now figure out how you can bring that product into the local community where you live. That way is becoming a representative. You represent that company. It's very typical. It happens in most parts of industrial sectors. So far, you can do a JV, a joint venture, where you come together with another company in order for you to bring up the best possible synergies in order to accelerate your efficiency in the utilization and use of the factors of production for you to create value for these two companies that have come together in joint venture. It's also a kind of partnership. You see two people doing great things, they come together. So all these things are already related in many ways. And then the key thing here is you can use any of these mechanisms to get into the agricultural sector and then find a way in order to build great, generate margin and create value for people that are funding you. And then, so for those ideas, I just concatenated them, I broke them into all these elements. You have the precision agriculture, which involves using sensors and IoT, Internet of Things, and all these systems in order to make sure that you can take out the guesswork in agriculture. And you have the pricing aggregation. How do you make pricing to remove the asymmetry which exists because of lack of data between merchant farmers and other commodity traders? So how do you make it possible that people can bring and optimize those processes so that you could make a business by supplying them this pricing data? Giving them the pricing data helps them to bargain better, the farmers to know what is going on when merchants are buying from them. For example, if somebody comes to Isialangwa in Aba to buy something, the person goes to Lagos to sell the same thing. Is there any way you can have an idea of what a particular produce is sold in Lagos? That will give you the capability of actually asking for a better price when the merchant comes back next time. It's also agricultural insurance, agricultural marketplace, having e-commerce entities that are specifically tailored for the agricultural sector, or having ability to insure farms, insure the business of farming. And these are huge opportunities in the space. And then you also have the agricultural capital, lending and financing. How do you unleash capital in different agricultural endeavors? How do you provide capital? There is an opportunity there. Of course, the crowdfunding where the farmers reach out to the mass community in order to get opportunity for them to get funding, and then they compensate those people with something. They who have the digitizing farm management. Digitizing farm management, it's like there are so many processes in the agricultural system. The accounting part, there is the bookkeeping, of course. As an element of that, there is also the capturing of the input, capturing the output, capturing of the man hour, capturing of all kinds of things that happen in the agricultural sector. So how do you digitize them? Doing these things are going to be opportunities in the 21st century. So what we have done here is to bring you to a practical framework of the possibilities within this space. And I just want to make sure that this video is not more than 15 minutes. So I'm going to run a summary of how you can actually see what the possibilities are. So this is actually the dashboard of the farmer within the Zenvo services. Zenvo services is a subsidiary of the Fast Micro Group, which I own. And if here you could see a dashboard for somebody to raise capital as a farmer. And then you can also have farmers, people interested. And so there is an admin that has to approve after the farmer has set it up. Then people can invest in that farm. Same thing happens. There is an insurance package associated with this also. And what really happens here is that farmers can come here and get the necessary insurance. We also have the interface for crowdfunding. So what I'm showing here is this, that a farmer can technically have the capability and the opportunity that if the right arrangement is there, uh, this farmer can insure the farm, this farmer can also connect it to a precision agriculture, get a pricing, and all kinds of things. The farmer can set up an account. So we want to see, if you are very interested in this kind of thing, through Zenvox services, we can make it possible that you could play a local role within this ecosystem. We are going to give you an interface, which is as a super admin that enables you to track everything that is happening at the level. You know, as the farmers are doing the business of trying to raise capital, you'll be watching everything they are doing right here. And you know, so we just build this specific interface for entities that may be interested in driving the process, looking at the opportunity to raise to get into the agricultural agtech sector, but they don't have the technical capacity to execute that process. So what we want to do here is to say our technology can help you if you can play a role either as a local partner, becoming a representative in your community or in your region, or you can also license what we have built here, and we will allow you to use your brand on top of it. So our technology will power everything that the world sees you. So we believe that as many people that have asked us how they can participate in this process of yeah, okay, to make it possible that you can essentially get into and have the capacity to build this system and now as a farmer record every kind of transaction that happens within your network. And so you have the farm management software, you have the financing side, you have the reporting system, and you can declare assets, resources, workers, inventory, and then this data is captured and this data is managed real time, and all kinds of things are happening. So you have the customer list, you have the vendors list. So what we have done here is to have this world-class system. And this world-class system is something which is available. You want to strike partnership working with us, and we can make you, our technology can power any kind of vision that you have. You're listening to Tekedia, and you are listening to Ndubuisi Ekekwe. We look forward to exploring an opportunity. And if you want to reach out, and you can always, of course, contact us through tekedia.com and reaching out to our team, and they will give you everything you need to know if you want to come and join us and do great things.